Is this? Oh, sorry. This is we just switched leagues. We just did new leagues. You guys, if you could, in between leagues, just suggest the deck you want to see me play. Just really spam it in there. Doesn't matter what the deck is. It's your pet deck. Just go ahead and just suggest something in between leagues. It's very important that we do this every single time. Samurai control. Good suggestion. Good suggestion. Take the map. I haven't played a ton of this matchup, so I'm kind of happy to test a little more. I don't hate Ragavan here, I guess. I think it's better to cast Ragavan here, since, I mean, it's obviously like maybe playing to hitting a card in the Great Crater isn't great, but my opponent's stumbling really hard. If we hit card, we just win. Don't have to seek the mana every turn. Dr. Manhattan, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you everybody for spamming deck suggestions in the chat. I'm really enjoying this new bit. That way we can drown out the just everybody, you know? Yeah, it's kind of my point here. I've been talking about this where it's like mono green Tron often fills their own graveyard up enough for you to drown a lot of their early enablers. Obviously not always, but a decent amount of the time. Have I gotten Athena a Thunder shirt? She is really resistant to stuff like that. She, you know, she's a husky, so she's not a fan of wearing clothes. I've tried in the past, and she's just like highly resistant to it. Can't quite cast that one. I'll keep the Death Shadow that we have on top. Yeah, she's a nudist. I guess all dogs are. Yeah, she doesn't really like accessories, you know. But they got another Urza's Mine. Yikes. Bit obnoxious. Fail. I'll just go ahead and play Lurrus. They spend their next turn cracking the O-Stone, then we could just present lethal with the Shadow. They have a card in the Great Creator on top, which I would have loved to steal with Ragavan. Glass. They have the land, but now we should be pretty good. So they should crack the stone before I get to cast the Bauble with Lurrus. They just don't do that. I guess to play around Dash Ragavan, but I feel like that's not worth it. I'm not going to sack the relics so my Drown stays online. They have an Urza's Tower on top, so yeah, we just win. If I drop the Thoughtseize there, seems great to hedge. I guess I do get to keep one card, or like I get to hedge against one card. I don't know, I kind of want more proactive plays. Lightning Bolt. How much you have to do to brew a specific archetype? I don't like to do that. It's like for you to donate to brew, if I'm gonna do it on stream, it takes like it'll take like 20-30 minutes of the stream's time, or you know, for me to like go really in depth, and that's not something. I think that's just too distracting for the general flow. And then I don't like to be super accessible to people offline. Alright. is what I did in my top 8 match against Screenshot, or went in for top 8 against in the Hunter Burton. -2 Heat, +2 Alpine Moon. I guess I probably want some Flusterstorms. They often have they have a lot of removal these days. They stop the Ancient Stirrings and Sylvan Scrying. I'll play 2 over 2 bolts. I'll go on 3 just down. Why do you think Hilo doesn't play it anymore? It's not super fun to play online. It's also not super well positioned. Honestly, I don't really miss the deck that much. It was not super fun to play against. No interaction. Probably have to mulligan this one. Sherman Ragavan's also really nice in this matchup. Guess we have to keep this. My opponent's mulled to 5. Like the bolts. Yeah, Prismatic Ending definitely very good against Heliod, but it's more than just that. I see the Temur Saga Darcy deck in the Modern Super. I've seen lists like that, yeah. I'm kind of sick of the food decks though. It's just they're all exactly the same. It's honestly, it's just every single food deck, it's a package of good cards and then the food package, and the food package just kind of sucks. As is really how it seemed for a long time now. I'm being a bit reductionist, but for the most part, that's how it's felt for a while. It's a pile of good cards, and then you have the Asbo Saga, Daredevil, cookbook package, and that's just kind of been seeming weak for a little bit. Put in Dress Down, I guess. Maybe I should have done this on their main phase. Can't cast the Shadow next turn. I think I'll just graveyard it. I'll have Delirium for next turn. Potentially missed out on damage here. Another Channeler on top. It's probably keepable. And no food, Rin and 6 Saga Darcy. That's probably pretty good. That's probably pretty good. Just cutting the food package makes so much sense to me. I've just been really unimpressed by it. Let's see process of brewing and figure out the mana base. Well, we've done a decent amount of brewing on stream. It doesn't happen that often. We've done it a few times. I honestly I don't, I'm not Frank Karsten. I don't have mathematical equations for building my deck lists. I kind of feel it's I really lean very hard on my experience in the format to drive my decisions, and that experience just comes from years and years and years of playing nonstop and trying to play at a competitive level. And so it's difficult to condense all of that into some words on Twitch, but I actually all of my deep dives on Channel Fireball have been about deck building in Modern. I've written about building control decks in Modern so far, building sideboards, and I believe I'm going to try to do mana bases next. But mana bases is I'm kind of dreading writing about it. Honestly, it's going to be a really, really hard article to write. But if you are interested in those, you can, oh, come on. So we can't complain too much. You can check out my stuff on CFB Pro. They also have Blast Zone. You break it into a multi-part article. Yeah, maybe. It's just gonna be really hard to write. But it's also the deep dives are supposed to be at 3,000-4,000 words, so hopefully I can get it all at once. Do I fire off the Thoughtseize? I don't think so. A Karn. Oh, wrong. A Karn, the Great Creator. On me. Next turn I could cast the Karn Liberated if I hit another one. The sideboard guide on CFB Live. For this deck, yeah. Oh, for building sideboards in Modern, yes, it should be. Should be. I think it went live last week. Alright, so let's attack first. We can hit another Karn Liberated. Actually cast it this time. Sick. Dismember. Sick. My opponent should pop their relic into turn because they're probably going to blast zone next turn. There are some dreams. Oh, so let's cast the Lurrus. That cannot be, and there are some storms we cannot weather. I could dismember. Hold on. Yeah. Let's go. Dismember Ragavan. This lets me get the Surveil going, and I get to pay more life in case I draw a shadow. Alright. So if I put this Kroxa in the yard, it gets discarded. I can just keep it on top, and it could be something I can cast off Lurrus. It maybe still graveyarded it. Why Flusterstorm Tron? They usually have a lot of dismembers and stops Ancient Stirring, Sylvan Scrying. It's not like I'm like boarding it in over, you know, more Alpine Moons or something, you know. I may be a little light on hate for the matchup. Oh, they didn't sack their relic, so now if they blast zone, they lose their relic. They took the hit, so they might just die to this Kroxa if they don't have a spell in their hand. I need to make sure to stack the triggers correctly. Yeah, this is the new league. You did miss the deck spam. Please be on time next time. Oh, I also have Bolt in my hand. It should be good. Please don't be late for class, chat. They did have a spell to discard. So now if they take this 3, they die to bolts. Ding 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 ding. Get out of here, Trump. No, I lost to Titan last league, and I lost to living in the league before. I'm listening to some Dare Hall today, jamming out. I usually keep this hand. No, it's one lander, but we can cast every single spell in our hand. Oh, I thought this was Lurrus. Okay, back to Tron. I for sure thought that they revealed Lurrus, so guess I like being wrong. We did just win this matchup. Assume mono green Tron because of Giganta. Hopefully we can find Dress Down. We might just be able to kill them. Probably shouldn't say no to iteration here. So they do have Tron. I guess I'll take the Chromatic Sphere. So it's like I should be able to take the Ancient Stirrings with the Inquisition a bit more easily. What are my thoughts on Jeskai Wurzelist? They're fine. I think those decks are totally fine. Graveyard, one more type for Delirium. Man. No land stinks. I can play this Shadow off the Ragavan at least. I might bolt myself on my upkeep. Sideboard Dive is not live yet. Okay, I thought it was. I think it was scheduled. It might be scheduled to go live today. So like usually for the deep dives, they like to like hype them up a little bit on like their Twitter and stuff. So could just be wrong. I'm doing a lot of content, so it's hard to keep track of everything. Like, do you play essentially? I don't play only Lurrus decks. But Lurrus decks, the card Lurrus is broken, so that's why I put a lot of my decks because there's not a lot of reason not to. But I play a lot of non-Lurrus decks too. Maybe just not like this week. I put together the general Ferocious Rockerick deck that was really good. No Lurrus, the Team of Reclamation deck, the Jeskai Murktide control deck I trophied without Lurrus this week. Oh, interesting. Yeah, mostly Lurrus decks, alright? Mostly Lurrus decks. Lurrus might see some main. No, if Lurrus, there's no way they ban Lurrus as a companion. You just ban it, or you don't. I don't think this is not EDH. Dude, they found Warping Whale. Nope. Nice, nice. Put my opponent to 2. Then we beat the Wormcoil engine with the Darcy. Yeah, Lurrus definitely makes the formats less interesting. I don't want Lurrus to be legal forever. I really hope that Lurrus is not legal forever. I think it's fine if it stays legal for a while, probably, but like I'm not pretending like Lurrus is a reasonable Magic card. I play Grixis Death Shadow instead of Ragavan. This is Grixis Death Shadow, except the deck is good. You're welcome, Grixis Death Shadow players. I've made your deck good. Don't complain about it not being exactly like it was. Bauble should see ban over Lurrus. What I'm worried about if they ban Bauble instead of Lurrus, Hammer Time just still gets to have Lurrus companion, and like all of a sudden that gives them this huge edge. So I really just don't see Hammer Time being a fair deck if they're like the best, if they're just clearly the best Lurrus deck with Bauble banned. That's my big concern with the suggestion ban Bauble. I know that I've changed my tune on this. I knew I was like more in favor of like if one went like, having Bauble go, but I think like Hammer is just too good of a Lurrus deck if Bauble goes. I mean, both cards obviously are incredibly powerful, but I think if you have to only pick one to go, I think it should be Lurrus. Why only 2 Kroxa? I wanted to find room for the 3rd drown. Or 4th drown, sorry. Please forgive me. Sounds good. It's mono green Tron. What changes to make the shadow? I mean, this is the deck, right? Like traditional shadow is like super different. Plays Street Wraith, no Lurrus, you know. This is the deck. But it's like whenever I play decks like this that I feel like are, you know, I guess this is probably the best example. Or Burn, like when I was playing Burn yesterday, and I feel like the Burn list was like really strong yesterday. People were just like, it's weird. It feels like people want the deck to be good, but they also want it to be exactly the same. But if your deck's fallen out of favor, you either need to innovate on it or you need to move on to something else. Oh, sorry, not Burn, direct to face damage deck. New archetype. Alright, I take Blast Zone. Like the reason Bauble's so powerful because of Lurrus. I mean, it's super good with Darcy too. And it's also true that even if they ban Lurrus, more good cards that are going to be printed that work with it. Come on. Come on, opponent. Do I worry about the competitive of aggro decks without Lurrus? No. There's plenty. I think there will be plenty of viable aggro decks without Lurrus in the format. Okay, so we have a hard decision here. I can go Fetch Shock, play 2 Shadows. I feel like it's just too cold to the Blast Zone. I don't know. I don't think it's time to ban Lurrus. I think it will be time at some point. I don't feel like it's time now. And you know, I also say the modern format's very good at the moment. I don't really feel like much needs to change. And, you know, chill. Alright, maybe I'll find Alpine Moon. Yeah, not great to find another 1-drop. I mean, if we just make them blast so next turn, it's probably fine. Yeah, the format's totally fine right now. Nothing really needs to change. I just don't want Lurrus to be in the format forever. What tier do I think Tron is? Mono green Tron is like pretty close to tier 1. Also, can anybody please play any amount of Tron hate in their sideboard so Prince can like get knocked down a peg? Yeah, it's bad for us. Monkey need for this deck. You could play something else besides Monkey. You can, you know, play Snapcaster, Kolgon's Command, more Kroxa, Sprite Dragon, third Unholy Heat. You have lots of options. We can drown their second Thragtusk, and then they Blast Zone, kill my 1-drops, and then we get to go Shadow Kroxa. Should I have attacked first? I guess I should have attacked first. They might have taken 5 here. This is an easy name Blast Zone. Yeah, obviously name Blast Zone if they don't sack it. I should have attacked first, I think. Ended up not mattering. Obviously they have a million cards that just crush us, but maybe they don't have any of them. No, we discarded the Ugin. Yeah. I mean, they could have another one, right? Yeah. But I know I left it revealed. I need to be better about that. I've been saying that all day. Been too lazy. This Flusterstorm does stop them from revealing Ulamog or Ugin this turn. Shout out to Invasive Surgery, by the way. Is Invasive Surgery better than Flusterstorm? I don't know, probably not. It was pretty cool. Alright, so they revealed O-Stone. They need to have another Tron land if they want the ability to crack it here. Instead, they play Wormcoil Engine, which is pretty bad if we don't draw Dress Down. Draw Dress Down is fine. We can go to game 3, probably. The idea of flushing the Rhino can't force it. Yeah, but it's also like super cute that they like it's the delirium matters a lot in the matchup. It's a surgical other rhinos. That guy from Ephraim, thank you for your 5 months. Appreciate ya. I think that I like Flusterstorm more, but and Flusterstorm also can come in other matchups. Alright, let's keep this. Obviously, like, no Ragavan, no Darcy is, like, pretty bad, but I think that it's got enough interaction that this hand's fine. With most of 5. No thought for the 4th Dress Down. It's just, like, honestly really bad to never draw 2, I think. Well, leaving up Flusterstorm would have been better against this hand, huh? Their Warping was kind of good against my iteration, but Stirrings. And try to Flusterstorm the whale. Might cycle Dress Down end of turn if I don't get to counter something. Kind of good if I draw exactly Kroxa. Maybe even very good if I draw exactly Kroxa. Streamer pays for MTGO Premium, gets rewarded. They make a 1/1 to be Flusterstorm. Probably. My Flusterstorm against Tron. Well, it's not like I'm playing Flusterstorm over, you know, Pillage, over Molten Rain in my board. I have it in the sideboard. I think Flusterstorm is a bit better than Lightning Bolt, but it stops Ancient Stirring, Sylvan Scrying, Warping Whale, Dismember. And just like stopping like an early Sylvan Scrying matters a ton. It's like really, really good when you get to do exactly that. You don't get to do that often, but it's really good when it happens. You discard the Warping Whale. No Dismember with Giganta. Sure. Just like against Tron in general, though. Against Tron in general. But against like this variant, it stops Warping Whale, Spatial Contortion. Yeah, they can't Tron us next turn, so I feel pretty safe just to play my threats. Looks like we'll be 2-0 against Mono Green Tron this league. I feel like I usually beat this matchup, but it's probably a lot closer than like my actual experience has implied. You guys want to keep this? I'll land. I'll get this one, put back Watery Grave. Or keep this one, put back Watery Grave. Stomping Ground. It's a Spins Rift Bolt. Naya Burn, huh? Oh, sorry, Naya. What is this archetype? Stomping Ground Rift Bolt? Interesting. Naya direct damage. Yeah, maybe they're innovating off of our direct damage deck we innovated last night. Those of you who missed it, we built a new deck. It was Boros. It was playing a bunch of cheap, aggressive creatures. I think it was playing a bunch of spells that dealt damage directly to our opponent. I'm calling it Boros direct damage. Oh, I should have fetched Shocked here. I should have fetched Shocked. This is a huge mistake not to go to the 9 and play the Shadow. I guess I'm gonna play Ragavan. It was tapped. No Lorehold, yeah. I feel like nobody knows what Lorehold is, though. Life Total Control. Oh, that's pretty good. Life Total Control might be the new best name. We'll keep thinking. Yeah, I really like Life Total Control. Okay, that's what we're renaming the deck. So okay, I thought of a deck name for our new deck too, guys. I feel like the deck name for our deck should be Life Total Control. Because we only play control decks on this channel, and I wanted to make sure that we can make sure that we control our opponent's life total. Well, they're just going after me. I hope you guys like the name I thought of. Life Total Control. Helix off the top? Not too bad though. Alright, it should be good here unless my opponent Thunderous Wraths me. Missed 1 damage? How did I miss a damage? So about cast, I couldn't cast the Swift Spirit until after I hit them with Ragavan. Nine, 11, 12, 13. So yeah, we beat life total control there. I'm gonna bring in the Unearth, the Heat, the Flusterstorms, what the Thoughtseizes. From a dress down. It's pretty good. I haven't played this matchup very much. Use the restroom too real quick. Okay. On the draw against Naya, life total control. I think this hand's a keep, chat. I want to cast stress on my opponent's own instep, so less of my opponent on my own instep, so less of my opponent's turn. What's the best way to say that on paper? Just, you know, say I'm gonna pass the turn, I'm gonna have something to cast on my own instep, and then they'll say, I wonder what that could be. And then you'll say it's stress down, and they'll say, oh, cool. And you'll say Aspiring Spike built this deck for me. You should check out his Twitch channel. And then they'll say, no thanks, I don't really like that guy. Another Bauble on top. I think I'll just go ahead and shuffle that. How many cards outside the 100 burden? 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Opponent's got 4 cards in their hand. This is just always one of the best matchups in Modern, man. Just this matchup is always just so cool. Lava Spike on top. How many Jade Avengers? I signed a couple Jade Avengers. Not sure exactly how many. Not that many. Shuffle the Spike away. Oh, and Searing Blaze, okay. Eidolon makes things interesting. I could go cast Ragavan, take 4, attack for 12. I could take 4 more to attack for 20. Yeah, so if I cast Ragavan, they have to block or they die. Opponent's just like, whatever. I'm not blocking. I'm not gonna do math. I'm life total control. I'm life total control. No math's gonna be done here. Mulligan the sands. My opponent's also mulliganing. Keep, I guess. It's not good. Keep it. Prince has been playing a lot of mono green Tron lately. I'm not sure if that's still what they're playing. Probably is. If anybody could put like a pillage in their sideboard, that'd be nice. Anybody could put like a creeping, or not that one. Sorry. Let's play around another discard spell here. If they could play a, if anybody can play 1 copy of Acidic Slime in their sideboard, beat up on these Tron players. If we could maybe get a Frenzied Tilling. Anybody down to put Frenzied Tilling in their sideboard? Yeah, I thought we were about to get smallpoxed. They have grief on top, we're dead. I changed my stream decker to have 50% pillages, people will play it maybe. But at what cost? My opponent has grief, so I don't want to put Lurrus in my hand. Yeah, break the ice. Oh, can somebody register Obsidian Charmal? I guess the answer is no. Everybody needs to register Lurrus instead. Fortunately. Maybe Life Total Control has a good Tron matchup, huh? I have to play test. Ban Grief. Wizards made a mistake putting it in the format. They literally want to destroy Modern by letting Grief and Ephemerate coexist in the same environment. Lucky to draw Lurrus. Spiring Spike never gets a new joke ever. Everybody laughs every time he says it. Ah! He got so lucky to draw Lurrus. Chat loses their mind every time I say it. You play this deck without Ragavan? Yeah, you can. You probably go like 19th land, 3rd Kroxa, and you can play like Kolagod's Command or Sprite Dragon or Unholy Heat or something like that. But you can play the deck without Ragavan. Grief kill or brutality kill their own grief, persist grief. Result. I draw some spells though. I draw some relevant spells. Say. That's how good Lurrus is, right? Alright, they put Lurrus in their hand. I'm gonna kill my own grief and then persist it. My deck at High Burn was the most controlling deck. Is the control archetype bad? No, don't never do this, but especially don't do this in like the COVID era. But never read too much into paper results, where Magic Online results are usually way more indicative of metagame metrics. Like Kroxa, Expressive Iteration. But I've been playing a ton of control decks on my stream and finding success with them. The archetype is definitely not. You can play Snapcaster. It's just kind of you don't play Snapcaster if you play more than 2 Kroxa probably. But it also probably would just be by 1 or 2. Please. Oh, sorry. Okay, well now Thoughtseize is on. Iteration. Kroxa. No, I didn't specify again. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Or I know what I'm doing wrong, but I didn't specify when I asked for a spell. It's just me. I also locked Wayne. Okay. I need to put Lurrus in my hand again. Drown in the Loch. I guess that's a keep. I was told Saga was gonna be banned. Everybody really exaggerated how, or I don't know. People like tried to like beat the card, and then they were pretty easily able to beat it, I feel. People put some effort towards beating the card. Saga's like not even that good right now, I feel. It's fine. What is happening right now? Oh, the Ephemerate, Stoneforge Mystic Trick. Cool. Well, their Cauldron's already gone, so we're not just dead. Kroxa doesn't quite kill them, but does swing things towards her favor. Game 2. Game 2. Bring in these Soul Guide Lanterns. You like dress down in this matchup. You like Unholy Heat. Don't like Kroxa, I don't like letting them discard. The Thoughtseize. So 1 Inquisition. 4th Bolt. Maybe I'll play the first Terminate over the 3rd Bolt, just to have one more way to kill Archon. You feel like these black-white decks are a bad matchup? I think they're pretty close. I think they're pretty close. Good job, Jed. Minus some time. Is there a chance I could type XD in the chat? 0 chance. 0 chance. I have some amount of self-respect left. But it's, I guess it's waning, so once it hits 0, we can type XD in chat. I did lose to my opponent's deck in the top 8 of the Hunter Burton, so I feel like the matchup should be maybe a bit better than like my results have. Alright, I'll join. Self-respect lost. Yeah, the chant feature is really cool. I'm liking it. Animals to 6. Yeah, the chant thing's kind of new. They have a Castle Loch Twain on top. The card's so good. They have Voidwalker, Persist, Unmarked Grave. I think I want to take the Unmarked Grave. Just like stranding the Persist in their hand is way better if we top deck more discard spells. We have Marsh Flats on top. Good for us that they're flooding a little bit. Hopefully they just play Voidwalker and I can Unholy Heat. I guess I don't get Delirium, but it uses my mana right now. And if my opponent goes pitch, Voidwalker, Grief, Persist, Grief, I don't care. Does anyone scoop to me when I'm going for the 5-0? No, and please don't scoop to me. If you like the channel, you like the trophy race, battle me honorably. I should have probably waited till end step. Never play ad nauseam, recommend others play it. I think the deck's fine. If I ever have like a sick idea on how to improve the deck, I'll play it, I guess. Yeah, dress down off the top. Yeah, Fran beat me when I was playing for 5-0 2 nights ago on his stream. Not too bad, not too bad. Shouldn't matter which land we leave untapped here. I'll draw Thoughtseize. Sorry. Ilya? We need to do this after blocks, because if we dress down pre-blockers, they can actually block with Voidwalker. Let's go! I want Flusterstorm against them. I actually have like a lot of instants and sorceries. I think I brought some in before. What did I cut? Maybe we'll cut on the draw the Inquisitions for 2 Flusterstorms. The card you exiled isn't revealed. It is, but I mean, what is my opponent gonna do about it? Wait, there was an Unholy Heat exile. They could have Unholy Heated the Shadow, right? Elemental's matchup is favorable, but it's not a slam dunk. Dress down's very good against them. I think I have to keep this. I don't think I can maul. On the draw, got turn 1 Ragavan. Have 4 castable spells. If we get either, I guess Probably get Steam Vents because we can't cast Shadow till like turn 3. What is not favorite? Living End's a bad matchup, I think. Mono Green Tron's probably like Eldrazi Tron's a bad matchup. But I mean, I think this deck's really, really good. What they pitched? They pitched Unmarked Grave. Oh, the Voidwalker had Summoning Sickness. Right. This might be a bad matchup. I didn't Nimble again. They take Channeler. They Ephemerate. They have to take Bolt with this one. Right? Okay. Now we draw. I think I want to get a Blood Crypt here, so my opponent doesn't know I have access to blue mana. Land is really good draw. I'm not gonna Flusterstorm the rebound, I think. I guess they're about to immediately know. They pitched to Grieve, good question. Unmarked Grave. I think I said that actually. This is another Ephemerate. Oh, it's Prismatic Ending. Okay. It's a fine draw. They only have one card in their hand. The easy Flusterstorm, I guess. I'll get a black source because I could draw another black spell and play Shadow and like Thoughtseize next turn. Room. No, they can't attack. They can't attack. They get hit by Ragavan and then I get to cast Shadow. Back here would be terrible. I think I can attack though. I'm pretty happy to make this trade, I think. You guys use the restroom real quick. I'll have 6 on their turn. Whoa, we drew Dress Down. Whoa, we drew Dress Down. Let's go. What did they do? They just did nothing? You want to cast Dress Down? We just have to. They only have one card in their hand. Like, even if they like have an answer to this, it doesn't matter. Or like, it's not that big a deal, at least. Yeah, I mean, if they push my Shadow, I still get to draw a card off the Dress Down. It's not like the Dress Down's getting much better than this. You guys are overthinking it because I was gone for a second. So we can go make the Shadow a 4/4. Maybe I should have attacked first. I don't think that they can go to 1 though. Mara, 2 months, appreciate ya. Yeah, they still get to push the Shadow even if we don't Dress Down. Just you're playing way too scared there if you don't cast the Dress Down. Like you want to cantrip the Dress Down that turn cycle anyways, probably. Another persist. Now they have to block. You guys your opponent blue there because you drew Fluster. It's probably better to hold up Steam Vents, yeah. Should probably just sack this Lantern to draw a card here. I just said this, but the matchup against Elementals is favorable. Let's say they had Stoneforge Apparition. Well, what does Stoneforge do here? Just jump blocks. Please don't lose another game like this. Oh, come on, my heart can't take it. My heart can't help take this, man. This was a 1-land keep, right? Lurrus got griefed. Void Walker can't block. Let's go! Okay. So, we lost playing for 5-0 earlier today. Then we lost at 3-0 the last league. We're gonna get trophy 25 right now. Gamblers, get your points in the pool. I feel like we always do so well with the stack. I'm gonna go get some water real quick while you guys gamble. Another Lurrus matchup. I'm gonna keep this. I do usually keep 1 land with Darcy Bauble. But Molsa 6, okay. If this is hammer time, our matchup's really, really good. You want to slot some Voidwalkers in sideboard? What can I cut? I don't recommend it. Double black is not easy to cast in this deck. But obviously, if you want to play Voidwalkers, just cut the lanterns. Graveyard hate for graveyard hate. The double black is not easy in this deck. Ding, 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 ding. It's a fun mirror. Something like, you know, we'll see what flavor they're on. Our hand's pretty good. Think of Grixis Darcy versus Grixis Shadow. Shadow's better. I feel pretty confident. They're drawing an Expressive Iteration, so I might want to save this a discard spell, but now I have 2 discard spells. What Crypt here? Okay, so they're the more controlling variants, which is good for us. They can't cast Counterspell next turn, so I'll just take their Drown. Soldier, thank you for Twitch Prime. Appreciate you, buddy. They're drawing Iteration, so hopefully we can iterate into discard their Iteration. We have a Bolt for Monkey, so plan hasn't changed. If we don't draw a black source here, things get hard. I mean, we'll take the land. I'll just go ahead and trade Ragavan for Lightning Bolts. Think the control variant is a good matchup? Yes. But it's very close. Just like, I think we're small favorites. Was Prince playing Mono Green Tron on stream yesterday, or is he playing something else? I definitely want to tune in. I hope that I can catch. Oh, Exile's Ragavan, but doesn't have a red source for Ragavan. Let's go. Iteration. Rap, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. Hope you're having a good day, buddy. Take the Drown, and then we can Death Shadow and have it not die to this Kolagon's command. Maybe just hit them for 13 next turn. Kolagon Counterspell seems super ambitious in their deck. Or maybe not super ambitious, but they're getting really punished for running it right now. Yeah, I might check out the VOD. I would like to be able to tune in at some point. That'd be pretty cool. Just that easy, I guess. Just that easy. Lothus is with us today. He was playing Legacy? Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. I can't believe he was playing Legacy on stream. That's such a flex. That is such a flex, dude. Prince is wild, man. That's so cool. I can't believe it. Okay, so I usually like to cut. I mean, I probably play 1 dress down. I have been trimming them in this matchup. They are a Darcy Ragavan deck. I probably want all the 1 mana removal. Before we go down on discard spells. And then Soul Guide Lantern's like not good if they're playing Kroxa. And if they're playing Counterspell, I'm not going to assume they're on Kroxa. This looks pretty good. Yeah, he wasn't even playing Modern. That's just... According to chat, I don't know. Chat's could be... This may be pulling my leg. Yeah, what a flex, though. What's the reason for mini K command? Just like that room with the dress downs, your curve's too high. You usually like to get to discard Kroxa to Kroxa. I kind of want to be able to drown an iteration here, so let's go ahead and pass. Swan, thank you for 2 months. Up for the 5-0. Well, thank you, dear time traveler. Good to know that we get there. So wait, they're playing Kroxa and Counterspell? I just realized. I didn't think that they would be playing both. Not that big a deal, but let's make your mana bad. Uber Crisis, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription, buddy. Hope you're having a good day today. Is this Dismember? What's happening? Is it explosives? It's something that's weird. Well, have we seen Basic Island yet? I don't remember seeing Basic Island game 1. Yeah, how is Prince as a streamer? Apparently he speaks Portuguese. So I guess it's probably be hard for me to say hi. Dude, my opponent's so much cooler than I am. I think I want this land, yeah. I can go Darcy, Shadow, Hold Up, Drown. Their opponent did play Basic Island? Okay. Say hola? Okay. He does speak English? That's cool. Wait, Prince was in the chat earlier? No way. That's awesome. Why did nobody tell me? We did? I just missed it? Oh no, I have too many viewers. We like established contact for the first time and I just I wasn't, yes. Yeah, we heard Callie, we heard that was the case. My opponent has a fetch land, they can escape Kroxa, get my drown. They did have the explosive, which is good here. Don't have delirium yet. Let the counter happen. They can't Lurrus without another black source. Oh, they have a second explosives. Well, I get my surveils off. So I'm going to take the 3 from Kroxa and then crack Bauble after their trigger happens, if you know, or at least try to play around it. They might not go for Kroxa. And his Lurrus, 2 unknowns. Usually getting your Kroxa down first is a really big advantage, even though we got 3 for 1. Or Kolagon's command. They're going for Lurrus and not Ragavan, or not Kroxa. Which I think I like. I'm not sure. Play Ragavan as a blocker. I'm drawing Iteration and another card. I have a decent amount of removal in my deck, so I'm feeling okay. Kind of hard not to feel good when you draw Iteration. I have 7 1-mana. Oh no, sorry, I'm down 2 bolts. So 5 1-mana removal spells, a couple of drowns left. Cast the other Iteration? Probably not. Could hold the Bloodstained Mire for my opponent's Kroxa. Probably correct. Get hit by a monkey, of course. Not a super relevant card. So what's the play if they escape Kroxa? Discard Mire, go to 5. And then I'll attack with my Kroxa, and then if they don't have a spell in their hand, they kind of have to block, and I just get to escape my Kroxa. And if they don't block, then I need to find Heat or Bolts or Drown off the iteration. Maybe block. Maybe Shadow can block. Discard the Mire, go to 5. I'm just snap attacking. The faster the attack, the more confident I seem, and I think the more scared my opponent will be, and the more likely they are to block. Don't block, they go down to 6. Okay, so now we have to find Heat or Brown. Rest down. Guess I'm chump blocking and hoping my opponent has actual nothing. They could have a land as their one unknown. We need them to have like land or like land Bauble or something like that. Counterspell, Flusterstorm. Game 3. Damn it. Alright, so let's bring in these lanterns. Just down. Got the last Thoughtseize. So close. Yeah, we really need this W, dude. We just can't afford to lose every single 4-0 match. Frank, thank you for your Twitch Prime subscription. Hope you're having a good day, buddy. We just can't afford to keep losing every single 4-0 match. We really need the win. This hand's terrible. Okay, it's not terrible, but it's like, it's lacking a non-red land to cast Drown on turn 2. But I think I have to keep. It's hard to mulligan in this matchup, and get the Bauble to cycle. What are the main hands for Flusterstorm? Flusterstorm is really good against Cascade decks because of Force Negation. Stub is not good in this deck with Ragavan and Darcy. Stop living in the past, chat. Excuse me. I don't think we've seen opposing Darcy's yet. It kind of seems like they're playing Young Pyromancer over Channeler. It's a move. Lots of draws to stop this. Any land in the deck or any like 1-mana red spell. We have 2 looks. Okay. Oh, we drew both. Well, let me go ahead and use Drown the Loch here for mana efficiency sake. Steam Vents? No, I wanted more black, so let's get Crypt. This is definitely pretty good because my opponent mulled. So, you know, just like now that our hand is, you know, quite strong, I'm feeling good about our spot. My opponent plays Kroxa, I'll discard the Mountain, and then maybe we can play a big Shadow. I guess I'll put hand the Flusterstorm. Yeah, I actually think they're just playing Young Pyromancer over Darcy, and it's fun. You know, sometimes you like Young Pyromancer, and that's maybe just good enough reason to play it, huh? Not over yet. Also, I'm supposed to save Inquisition for Lurrus this game. I kind of just want to see what's going on over there. They're flooded. Awesome. I'm gonna Lurrus here. Maybe I should take a heat, actually. Probably, yeah, probably supposed to take heat. I guess I'm actually gonna bubble now. We haven't seen like targeted discard spells yet, and they might draw Kroxa. They're drawing another land. Let's go. I think I iterate here. I can also just play Shadow. Play Shadow, drown the heat. Hold up, drown. Play a Lurrus, Bauble, Flusterstorm, their removal spell. Let's play the Shadow. Iterate could find discards, but I only have 2 more in the deck. I cited up my Thoughtseizes, and yeah. And this is pretty good if they heat my Shadow here, I can Flusterstorm it. Probably should have got another Watery Grave. Yeah, this line's kind of bad if they just don't cast the heat here. Not over yet, Spider. But I'm glad that you're on the. I'm glad that you need to start doubting more so I can start winning. And so if they drew a counter spell, they could be back in it potentially. Counter spell, can I have Unearth? No Unearth. Go Iteration. I think I'm pretty happy to try to exile the Lurrus. I should have made them discard the Terminate, but it ended up working out this way. Or sorry, I should have made them discard the heat. I'm gonna bubble now because my opponent has Kroxa and I don't think they have targeted discard spells. They're drawing Kolaghan's Command. Is that good enough to do anything? Lurrus. If I sack my Lantern, my drowns are off, which is kind of obnoxious, but probably should sack it if they return something here. Lantern ended up being really nice. I have a card in the card. Alright, they're dead if they have nothing, and I think that there's only one unknown card in their hand. I don't need to fetch here yet. Dude, it feels so good to win one, finally. We've lost playing for 5-0 so many times the last couple days. Feels so good. We're still super behind. I still have a really fierce opponent. But damn it, we got one.